this is Arcades, and welcome. Little skit you just saw introduces what I've been building. I didn't get to really do much of this on stream, but here it is. This is my Career Oil Refinery. And as you can see, I gave it it's a lot simpler in design overall. I did have to put in some logic for emptying so you can do repairs to the oil tank itself. The storage tanks for the jet and diesel don't have near complex, but they do have some in there. So let's get looking over this, check out the features, and yeah, I do end up planning to put this and the oil rig on the workshop together. So without further ado, let's get looking at this thing and take a quick look. Okay, first of all, since I'm up here, we're going to check out the storage tanks. So they got quick access in here. You can get down here. There's a ladder for storage, but we have, so as you can see, this is a 138,906 liter capacity tank. Both of them are this big. We have our ports here for output, which I'll get to in a second. And as you can see, got lights on the tower, got lights up there. This is the jet fuel intake. They all lead from here. Orange is for the diesel, red is for the jet fuel, and the jet tank is pretty much identical. Has the same platform. Now down here we have our oil tank. This is the distillery / bulk oil storage. Now it is actually two tanks in one. There's a larger bulk storage tank up above. Now for security reasons I have, things set up so that they do not, open when they shouldn't. So that way you're not accidentally spilling oil out. Now this is an override. It kind of will, this is the one it listens to no matter what. It's also your manual control. And down here, so you can get in here, and this is where all the distilling happens at. So you can get in here and do your thing. Now this is the upper area. That's the bulk tank. That's where you store your oil. And as this gets distilled and sent out through the system into those tanks, it will get fed into the distillery tank through this bulk valve that shuts it. You can use that to close it. That tells you it's sealed and all that. And it has override so it doesn't open up by accident. Now the only thing is this door, opens and closes either way. Yeah, and then we have our intakes into the bulk tank, which again, the bulk tank is right up here. So we're up here at the bulk tank. There's nothing much up here, just the lights. And of course we got this to open up. We got some railings so you don't fall off so easily. And in here, now there is an interesting setup I have in here. If you can get it to work, if you can get to it, there is a harness here which will raise and lower you inside the tank so you can make repairs on the interior. And in here you can see this is the logic for the tank and all the stuff. So if you need repairs, it's easy to reach along the wall. So you shouldn't actually have to come inside except for, fixing this particular tank. This part of the tank. Okay, so we're now climbing on down and out. You got all that right there. You got your input tanks. These green are for your input. They go up into there. You got all the multiple pumps and systems. You get that running. And you have your input ports, which, as you saw in the thing, is designed so that you can hook up whatever vehicle into here and then you start your pumping. You have your pumps and the valves. All the power's down right now, so. The valves are there because it had to deal with stabilization. Don't know why, don't know how, but it ends up working. Put on the workshop. Okay, so we have a water tank here. This is for firefighting purposes. Just turn it on. good to go. That inputs. And we got a selection of hoses meant to hook up for each of those. We have the output ports right here in the same manner. You just hook them up to the whatever you want, and we have enough hoses right there. As you can see, we got the stairs built up. They'll take you up to the top of the tank. Pretty straightforward. And we have some opening lights. Kind of like little street lamps. Now, on the interior, now this is where your business is at. You have all your electrical breakers right here. You have your light controls, which ain't much. And you got your exterior lights. And the information. Now you have, over here, whenever you want to access the distillery tank, you have two options. Now you can either choose to drain the tank back into the bulk storage, which is the separate control. And when it gets open or empty, when the tank gets empty, there it is. When the distillation tank becomes empty, it will unlock this, and this will allow you to open that one. So you can now open that. And that will be an automatic access. Now, the other method is to dispose of the oil in the distilling tank. And what it does, again, opens up once it's empty, so you can go and access. Now, the difference between the two is the one that pumps it out uses the pumping system to send it up and back into the bulk storage, where it gets, the bulk storage is sealed from the distillery tank, so it just gets stored up. This will pump everything once it gets in there, and due to the nature of how everything is, the jet and the diesel that's in there will get turned back into oil anyways, so you can do your maintenance, do what you have to. Now, second, if your bulk tank's full and you have to get in there for repairs, you have two other options. The other one activates this pump and disposes it through here. And then finally, if for whatever reason that's not working, you have a just straightforward handle that will allow it to flow into the same method to dispose of it. This will eat it and destroy it. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and that's pretty much about it. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. The other thing is if you have both systems active, it will let you know, and we'll shut down the systems until you pick which way you want to store it or dispose of it. You got your gauges up here, tell you what's in where. You got your oil bulk, your distillation tank's volume. This has the temperature of the main distillation tank, as well as the temperature for the furnaces and such. So, I gotta rename those, so don't worry about that. And this will operate your furnaces, and you got a clock. So if you just want to get the distillation working, it's really simple. You get your oil in, you pump it in through the green, you turn on these valves right here, you turn these on, that turns on everything needed there. Then you just come in here, turn on these, and there you go. That's all you need. And then once it gets processed, it comes through here in the system. Then all you have to do is come up here, and these buttons turn on the pumps for the output. And that's all you need to know. I just made it down as simple to 6 buttons. All you got to worry about. You just got to watch the gauges when everything's full and ready to go. And yeah, so it's pretty straightforward and Spartan. I got a seat in here. We got a bed in here. I didn't do a lot to it because I wanted to keep it cheap. And I wanted to keep a little bit of room in case you wanted to customize this setup yourself. I mean, most of the dials here are pretty straightforward. These are the only ones, there's a lot of logic down here that works the system for this stuff. I will probably be replacing that in the future. Don't know when, but soon, into like just a regular microcontroller, because that's a lot of it. And yeah, so the total for this thing comes out to be about $73,000. I'll probably put it more accurate on the screen. And yeah, this I'm actually really happy with how this came out. It's you got your simple, straightforward system, and I thought I'd show one. Okay, so I made it nighttime, so I can show you how this works. And it's nothing really super special or really crazy, but to me, I like what it took to get into it. Yeah, and this works. Will happen every single time you get it going. So yeah, I had fun making that, getting that to work. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, this is my refinery. Overall, it's meant to go, I built it to be career oriented, which means I built it to be cheap. I built it to be low cost. I built it for simple to use. Not very fancy, I will admit, but you know, accessibility, repairability, and affordability. That is pretty much what I aim for this. So, hopefully, like this. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tour of my career refinery. I will be putting up the workshop, hopefully within the next day, and along with my career oil rig, which you know, I've already seen the video for that. Put them both together, and yeah. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed your watch. If you did, like, subscribe, all that fun junk, and it helps the channel out. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think, and yeah. This is Arcades, signing out. Have yourself a good day.